Oh, we are live. Okay, great. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Richard's Vinyl Taphouse. It is FriYAY Tappy Hour. We are kind of a bunch of things going on today. So, Chris Mann is in the house from Wales. How are you, sir?
All good, mate. All good. Yeah, just chill weekend. So
Chill weekend. It's allowed. I have my celebratory beer because I need it.
what time is it there?
What time?
Yeah, what time?
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Perfect time for a beer.
You got a problem with that, dude?
No, no, I absolutely don't, mate. Do you know me?
Okay, good. Because I'm celebrating this weekend is semi-officially the first anniversary of Richard's Vinyl Taphouse channel, which started out as Richard S. for those of you who are in the know. And let me move some things around here so I know what's going on. And yeah, so the first anniversary, my first video went out, long form video went out September 8th of last year. So it has been a whole year. I know Rob at Northern Revolutions was like, it's been a year already. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yes, it has been a year already.
It's gone pretty quick.
What? It does
Your
go quick.
first year has gone quick, mate. Yeah.
It was like, it's been a year already. I just remember being violently nervous when those first many videos where now it's, I'm not going to say it's second nature, particularly live streams, because they're a little bit daunting. But it's a good time. It's a good time. I wish this would show you if there's other people. Where does it show you there's like so many people watching?
I usually where you've got when it's got the countdown on the live, it should have
a
few people watching.
I see it up there. Yeah, right now we have nobody. We're just talking to each other. Hey, Chris, what's going on?
Yeah, that usually happens to be in the first 10 minutes, and then everybody seems to kick in the chat. It's kind of trying to take control of 5 grown adults and the chat.
Yeah, and the rotating circuits of stars. Well, that was like you when like 3 minutes before we go live, you're like, hey, send the link to my email. I'm like,
Yes. I'm a bit organized when it comes to the live chat. Like, I'll send it to your Instagram and I'll send it to your email. It's just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste.
Yeah, it's copy paste, but it's like, okay, where's the link? Where's the email? Yeah. Oh, I got to open up another window, open up Gmail. Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. Anyway, first anniversary. My thoughts were just to kind of roll out how things have been going, talk about just things in general over the last year, and then kind of go into the way the VC has changed the way I deal with new music, because I've noticed a very gradual shift over the last year, and it's thanks to the VC. So we'll be celebrating the VC is going to be the theme for my anniversary. Other people do contests and challenges or whatever. There will be a challenge involved. But I'll roll that out. I think I'm going to do a video about that. So tonight, what I wanted to do, I'm glad you're here because I needed contestants for a game.
Okay.
Would you like to play a game?
Sure. Let's do it, mate.
The game is this. I'm going to show a record. I want you to think about what channel might have influenced that by. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
The first one is so easy. If you don't get this right, you have to give your channel to me or something.
Yeah, sure.
Ready?
Yeah, go on then. Rob. Rob.
What the way? I don't understand how you got that so quickly.
Yeah, he's actually got me into Blue Rodeo, which is kind of it's
in a good way. Do I love Blue Rodeo as much as he does? I mean, because he has personal connections to this group.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows people in the band. They've sent him, letters and all this good stuff. And I'm just like, he has a personal, Canadian connection. For me, it was Blue Who.
It's a running joke now with 3 of us, isn't it? It's guaranteed on the show. I guaranteed I'm going to show Stereophonics. Guaranteed he's going to show Blue Rodeo, and it's guaranteed Roger's going to show.
Exactly. So, for me, this is an example of would I have purchased a Blue Rodeo album had it not been for Rob, ingraining over time that they're a band worthy of trying out at least.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how that happened. But that's been kind of the evolution of my channel over the last year. My very first video was the video about 5 albums that define your collection. So it was pretty much me showing what I have. This is what I have. Elvis started it. Then I moved into Kiss. And then I bought this kind of music and that kind of music. And, it kind of went along with the live stream we did last week with the whole autobiographical.
That was good. I enjoyed that one.
Look at your record collection. That was so fun. I enjoyed that. And I learned a lot about it.
Shared you on my page. So people
there I am. Yay.
I've discovered loads of new music through the vinyl community. Loads and loads and loads. I wouldn't like to think how much I've spent.
And that's been my take. It has. I started off with who my first subscriber was, right?
It was Rob.
It was Rob.
And he told all the rest of us to subscribe, so we kind of just jumped on then.
And it just got big, went from there. So it's interesting how the branches of that tree spread over time. I was prepping for this and prepping for the video I want to do about the anniversary. I watched all of my monthly, this is what I bought, this is what I heard about, and it was just interesting that it went from just albums that I picked up because I found them in the wild to albums that were bought because so-and-so suggested this and said, you'd really like it. Go out and give it a try. And sure enough, I bought it. And it started happening more and more and more. So that's kind of where this whole, celebration of the VC things is coming around. Hey, we have a visitor. Guess who it is?
Hello, mate.
It's Trevor. I asked Trevor if he can come up. He said he was at work and that what he was doing and live streaming would not go well together.
No, I can imagine.
Okay. We understand.
Yeah. But you can watch us and comment. Yes. Yeah, that happens a lot on my live stream on a Sunday. You get a lot of people going, I can't come on, but I'll watch and leave comments.
Well, plus I'm doing it early, partly for your account. And, I feel like I have more UK subscribers in a lot of respects than I do in the States. But it makes for live streaming in the States during the daytime. Everyone's working. And it's Friday, so everybody goes out and parties and gets drunk and all that good stuff. So who knew?
Sam.
But kind of going back into that evolution of the channel, where it was, just getting known to like what I'm interested in, and I knew there were a lot of channels that I was following to start out. I don't know if that kind of happened with you too, or when you first started.
So my first ever person I subscribed to was Frank at 33 RPM.
Oh yeah,
because you just put in vinyl records on YouTube and he's the one just comes up straight away. And I was quite interested because I wanted to get a turntable at the time. This is before I had my YouTube channel, and I was just kind of subscribing to different people. Him was the big one, and it's quite funny actually because because he does vinyl dens. So people send in stuff and show their rooms off and look what I've got. And one of them on there was Nick from Vinyl Dens. And I think he started his channel not long after that. And so I subscribed to Nick and it just kind of went from there, to be honest.
I think I've lost count how many channels I've subscribed to now. Now the challenge is keeping up with them all.
Yeah.
Unless you get notifications and they don't pop up, or they pop up and it's like, oh, get another one. Hey, look who's here.
Sam.
What's up, Sam? Sam was another one I asked if he could come on. He said, well, hey. We got congratulations. Thank you, Trevor, on the first anniversary. Yeah, it's not till Monday officially, but I figure, it's like when you're in school and your birthday's on a Monday and you celebrate it the Saturday before or the Saturday after because, yeah. Sam also says, I started EP1 at the... Oh. Message for you, sir.
Oh, remember when I said to him, was it, you went on Wednesday, the fake zombies podcast I think he's on about?
Oh, yes.
Joe recommended to me to listen to. Absolutely fantastic. And it looks like he's enjoying it as well, which I knew he would, because I was like, you have to listen to this if you like the zombies. Because it covers the fake zombies and the real zombies and that kind of backstory. So, yeah.
Yep, confirmation. Yep, that's the one.
Brilliant. Glad you enjoy it, mate. It's really good.
Always good. What were we talking
Recommendations from the vinyl community again? Went from Joe to me to Sam. So, yeah.
All around the world.
Yeah.
As if by magic. What would we do without this? Yeah, so we were talking about like channel subscribing and kind of how it just kind of branches out. Yeah, and then just discovering over time like the whole worldwide connection. I almost envy folks like Rom FBA, who's multilingual and can jump onto German channels and French channels and this channel. With auto translate and stuff, it would be neat to sit in on some of those things. I don't even think, even if you Google searched or you search them in YouTube, half of them don't pop up because they're not in English.
No, and there's so many channels out there with, obviously different languages, and they look really interesting, but I haven't got a clue what they're talking about. So it's kind of, especially if it's a live stream, because the subtitles don't kind of catch up real quick.
Yeah.
So
or there's 3 sentences behind or whatever, or it's just like a running scroll. You're like, wait a minute, who said what? I don't. Yeah, it gets confusing. I also noticed that, trying to broaden my perspective. Another thing of what I got involved in this to begin with was not just to show my record collection, which I look at it collectively, I've shown about 10%, if that, of everything I've done. Because, topically, a lot of the stuff doesn't crop up. But looking at different channels, I found I kept gravitating towards the UK and discovering Rob Walker's channel and Ian's channel and, all of those. You just get a different perspective of different cultural differences in the vinyl community, and I just have a massive appreciation for that. So it's pretty cool. What do we have here? I wish there were more VC members in Virginia to meet up with. Good point. This is interesting. Steve Carlson literally lives up the street from me.
Yeah, I saw his video today.
I can't walk there because it's damn close. But anyway, and it has been neat to get a chance to meet up with him. I mean, he moved here about the same time I was starting my channel. So, our paths were kind of like this for the longest time. And then I subscribed to him. He subscribed to me. And the next thing I know, I had a couple of meet and greets. And then the Concert Buddy one the other week. That was pretty cool too. But yeah, I mean, locally, I know for you, you're living in Tenby. You're kind of not in the middle of nowhere, but damn close. I can't imagine there's a whole lot of Tenby folks in the VC.
Wales itself, I think you got the vinyl dude. He's from Cardiff. But I'm just trying to battle my brain here. From Wales itself, I know I was talking to David Atkinson, and he was saying he may be going to Bristol. I think it's October time, so I thought I might come this see, because from Tenby to Bristol it's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe, because I'm as west as you can get.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you go any further west, you're in the ocean. So.
Is Ireland next? So yeah. So no, I haven't done any meetups, but yeah, I'm planning on Canada next year, so we'll see.
Okay, so Trevor wants to know if you have experienced any VC meetups. If so, with who?
No, like I said, because there's nobody around you that's got a YouTube kind of meet channels. That you've got a vinyl dude who's from Cardiff in Wales. He likes his hip hop and that kind of stuff, and he likes his record store day. We chat back and forth on Instagram, but yeah, but next year I'm hoping to come to Canada, so I want to meet up with Frank from 33 RPM, maybe
cool.
do the meetup with Rob, and maybe do the vinyl community meetup. But I'm gonna have to speak Trevor if how I do that, because I just don't want to rock up and it's like, who the hell is this guy? So yeah, and I think Rich, you were thinking about it, weren't you, for next year?
I'm hoping I can make it work. If they with final, I know it's almost a year out. If they get like dates finalized, I could just go ahead and just plan it and be done with it. So yeah, Trevor's saying save up for Buffalo. Working on it, dude. Definitely in the game plan. I mean, I've had a couple of meetups. So I had the meetup with Steve Carlson and a couple of the local VC types, some of which are more actively involved in the VC than others.
Yeah.
What's this? Oh, that's true. JT did just show up at Buffalo. Just like
I like to be
here.
I like to be more planned so people know what's going on. Otherwise, it's kind of, I don't want to just rock up and it's like, okay, where's the beer? Do you know what I mean?
There was a part of me that was very tempted to do it, but I
Yeah.
looked at price wise, it was just extortionate. I could fly to London cheaper than I could have planned a very last minute trip to go to.
Yeah, you probably could, mate.
It was ridiculous, but anyway. Yeah, so I've had a couple of VC meetups, both at the same place downtown in Denver. Outside of Colorado, no. I mean, I'm assuming there are more VC people in Colorado that I don't know of, just because the algorithm doesn't, line us up. And you can't really, it doesn't really work to search, who's in the vinyl community that lives in this area.
Yeah.
You still get nothing. It's really weird. But, just going back to talking about the UK coalition and realizing that people like Rob Walker and I have very similar styles and music preferences as like Mike Vinyl Spiral and I, Simon and I, and just like the list, and you and I mean, we have a lot of, we have similar similarities, and the fact that I like Feeder and you know who the F they are.
Yes, can have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Feeder, oh, I know what that is. You do?
Yeah.
So that was like even this morning when I was doing the video on the 3 albums, 3 decades things. I'm showing Biffy Clyro, and I show Biffy Clyro a lot, and nobody's just like, who the hell is Biffy Clyro? They're huge in the UK, and they're huge in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Opposites, I think you bought.
Yes. I'm not technically in my house, so it's in my house. So, yeah.
I had to do a second take of that video this morning because I was going through. I showed the first Biffy Clyro album that I showed the second one, and it was from the same decade, and I went, delete, start over. So I had take 2. That was a very rare 2-take video.
I know what you mean.
What else? What else do we talk about as far as like getting into the VC to start out with?
I remember my first ever video. I sat on the floor. We were in lockdown. My hair had grown out because I was working from home, and I got a massive head anyway. You take a record that's next to my head, so that gives you some idea how big my head is. So, I did my first video, and I messaged Frank, and I was like, I've just done my first video. I'm like, it's terrible. He's like, mate, don't worry about it. It's a journey, And that's coming up to 5 years, November now, I think, that I did my first one. And if I'm being honest, I didn't take the channel that serious. It was just kind of me cataloging what I've got. And then I think beginning of last year, I had conversations with you, Rob, about doing a live stream. And I was like, what the hell am I going to talk about? But since I started doing live stream, started doing shorts, the channel has taken off, which is kind of, I put more time into it now than I did before. It was kind of,
Yeah.
And like things like, I'm just going to show this quick. So walking talk with John. I used to love his walking talks, and he'd say, "Oh, I've listened to this album this week. These are the tracks," and he got me back into Eddie Grant.
Oh, I love that.
Forgot about him. Yeah, totally.
Electric Avenue.
That's it. I totally forgot about him completely. Like, I Don't Want to Dance. It's got some Electric Avenue, Live in the Front Line. Yeah, Eddie Grant. So, yeah, cool. This cost me like £2.50
Cheap.
in a market somewhere. I can't remember what I got. I picked it up now. It might be Tappy actually. It was a bit beat up, the record, but I've cleaned it up and it sounds brand new now. So little things like that you discover in the vinyl community with people showing stuff. So
it's true. All right. Contestant number 2. Are you ready?
Okay.
Who made me buy this?
Chime School. Is it Mr. Walker by any chance?
Nope.
No. Okay. Give me a clue. British, American, Canadian?
American. Very American.
Oh, Sam.
As Americana as you can get. Sam St. John. I had actually heard of Chime School when this album came out. I think it came out in 23 or 22. Oh, 21. My gosh, It was a long ways back. I'd heard it and kind of forgot about it. And then he showed this and was like, oh, yeah, I remember really liking that album. Streamed it again and was like, yeah, why haven't I bought this? And this was kind of began a line of albums I picked up because they were cheap on Amazon.
Have a look at his comment he's just put.
Uh-oh. Please don't. Oh, God.
Brilliant.
Just at you now. Because he's American. Yeah. Good band. This is Jangle Pop right up there with some of the best I've heard. So yeah, Sam, you have influenced me in many ways. How else has Sam? Oh, I'll tell you this one. Now, this one I think started a big old fight between who influenced who. And I need both of you to sign it. Sure. Okay, I'll get my Sharpie.
Yep.
You got it. What is this?
I'll write it in Welsh just to confuse him.
No, it's not like Charm School after a vowel movement. Good one, Trevor. Kidding. This album started kind of a heated discussion between two vinyl influencers on what made me buy this album. One of which
there's a few. I've got that album. Rob's got that album that Rob got me into Bruce Springsteen. David Atkinson is
the same time that I picked this up too. But there were two people that possibly made me decide to go check this out because I was like, Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska? No, not for me. And I streamed it again and I went, wow, this is a lot better than I gave it credit for because of Americana Sam and Alex over at Beer and Vinyl had been talking about this quite a lot when they were like the guests on Rob's live stream a lot for the longest time with some of the regulars. And they kept talking, was like, oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen is such a class album. It's one of his best albums, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is Bruce Springsteen's best album? Really? So I gave it a go. Sure enough, loved it, had to get it. I don't think I'm going to spring for the monster reissue that's coming up.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting it because I missed out on the box set. So I think Sam's actually done a video on it.
Yeah. Might have been a while back. Vowel movements definitely after. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sam, for that. Richard, just show all of the cheap Amazon purchases you've made because of me. There's a few, buddy. There's a few. What else is Americana Sam forced me to buy? It's all his fault.
Yeah, he did do a recent video.
Yeah.
So anybody that's interested in getting it, just go over to Sam's channel and watch the video he did, because it's really good, because he goes in depth of what's going on. Because I was going to do it, and then Sam did one, and I was like, oh, screw it. I'll just tell everybody to go over to Sam's and do it, because I'll probably get it wrong.
You know, and that's the other thing about the VC. When news like that breaks, like Monobox or Anthology or, you know, the Nebraska thing, it's fast fingers at the VC if you want to be the first kid on the block to present stuff. But there's also, because there's different like subgroups within the VC, there's like the people that, you know, that you centrally subscribe to that are going to talk about that. Oh, Sam, I'm looking for anything else that you've made me buy. So mean.
Sam got me into Tom Petty. So,
you know, Full Moon Fever. Is it Full Moon Fever? Yeah, that would be another one that, you know, that group of people, including Sam. Sam, you're influencing people. I call it my breaking news. There's trap video. Yeah, you're quick. You're fast. I think he works out of home, which makes it easier for him to do that.
Yes.
So, who could it possibly have been who really got me into this band?
That's easy, mate.
Oh, yeah, that guy over there. 100%. Stereophonics is all your fault.
Yep.
For me, it started out with that box set that I found on CD, again at a bargain. And then you sent me this, and I was so grateful. So grateful.
Because I sent you that, and I sent Rob the Performance Cocktail, because I know what kind of music you listen to. So I was like, I don't want to chuck him straight in the deep end with Word Gets Around, which is a bit 90s music. And I thought that album is a bit more chilled with the lyrics and stuff. So, and it's on pink vinyl.
This is like
a limited edition one.
Yeah, well, I've told you this became my Sunday morning play for weeks on end, because it just sets the tone. It's not, you know, some of how earlier Stereophonics is a lot more rocky, if you will. But
what did you think? Yeah. Did you pick up Performance and Cocktail on CD after? Was that the one you showed me before? Did you pick it up? The Stereophonics Performance and Cocktail. Did you pick that up on CD?
I picked it up on CD, yes. Every time I see it on vinyl, it's almost like $40-some. Yeah. I'm like,
what did you think of it?
It's very different from this.
It's more upbeat than this.
It's way different. I like it.
Yeah,
because it's up tempo. It reminds me a lot of what Feeder were doing about the same time, anyway. Because there was that whole, you know, line of bands like the Coral and Feeder, and early Muse is kind of on that, you know, rocky end of. It was all 2002 emo-ish stuff, and I love that stuff. So, be a break.
It makes you think, Rich. Would that music work today if it came out today? Would it work?
Given the fact, okay, I told you Feeder's album from last year, Black Red, was my #1 album for last year. Sounds almost exactly to me like Echo Park and some of their earlier albums. Love it. So, look who's here.
It's Alex.
Hey, Alex, what's up? Thank you. Congratulations, Richard. It feels like I've been here forever. You know why? Because I was kind of lurking in the background for months and months before I, you know, finally got enough nerve to finally do a video. Yeah, I mean, I can credit Alex, Rob, Sam, Jason Arsenault, any of that whole Northern Revolutions group. Just set a compliment or an insult. High compliment. It's all your fault, and I appreciate it. This, you know, I'll be honest, doing this has changed. You know, let me backtrack a bit. I retired in 22 without a big, huge plan about what to do in retirement, other than, you know, I would work. I still work. I do subbing on the side, but no big game plan. I didn't want to travel. I didn't want to do this. And it's like, what am I going to do? I can't stay home all day and do nothing. This gave me a different purpose. It became a purpose. But there's also kind of the stress test of, oh, this is fun, this is fun, this is work. Back off a bit, bring it down. So it's kind of a trade, and there's a difference between keeping busy and then being stressed and feeling like you have to do stuff. So finding balance, because I know there are people that post every single day and live stream 4 days a week, 5 days a week, not.
We struggled to come up with one idea for 1 week, mate. So it's
really, which we do. I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
It's like tennis.
Yeah,
balls in your court. What do you think? So yeah, I'm grateful for. That's another celebration for me. Is that this? It gave me another way to get back into my music collection in very, very different ways, other than it just being a collection of stuff in my house. Yeah. It has a purpose now. I go through it, I pull things, I get to talk about them. It's like, wow, I haven't played this in 20 years. Play it again. Talk about that too. But so what kind of put you on the back burner with your channel for the longest time? Was it just
couldn't be bothered half the time? I was just I was enjoying watching other people more, I think, than actual. And their production looks a lot better than mine, which isn't hard to do. But it's kind of I just got bored of editing all the time, and I thought, all right, let's just do a one take here, because I'm just a lazy son of a bitch.
And it's interesting, editing, not my thing at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a one-take wonder or anything. I mean, Alex at Beer and Vinyl does a far better improvisational one-take performance, if you will. And I look at his videos. I'm like, God, I wish I could do that. I wish I could. I feel like I don't describe music well sometimes, but then watching all those videos back last night, I'm like, I do better than I thought. So it was kind of affirming.
Yeah. Well, when I look at people like Frank and Rob and those kind of people that do the editing, it's incredible what they do. What is he saying? Yeah,
says but that's because I just
yeah. But if I do that, Al, right, I get pulled up on it saying that's incorrect.
Well, and for me, it was just kind of like trying to come across as coherent that I know what I'm talking about without making stuff up. Yeah. Sometimes posting every day becomes making content for the sake of posting content, and there are channels that some of those daily live stream channels that, yeah, I don't get how well that works.
I think I'd burn out.
Dilutes the subject. This is true. Yeah. Unless it's something really intriguing, or if it's a very niche topic that there's a lot to talk about within that. Yeah, I belong to a lot, and I don't just belong to VC channels. I belong to some of the retirement channels. Not that I do live streams or anything or videos in those areas, but travel channels. I watched a lot of travel channels before I discovered the VC, because I was just like, you know what? Wow, it'd be really cool to see this part of the world. See, I found out that I was better at traveling through YouTube than I was traveling in real life. I've traveled a lot in my life. I had no desire to. So it's just like, oh, someone went to Antarctica? Cool. Look, penguins.
Good on you.
Right. Good on you. You froze your ass off. I get to stay home and watch it. Good time. And some of them are hilarious, I have to admit. But
there's a part of me that wish I'd started collecting a long time ago, because some of these records now are so expensive. And I remember at certain points in my life, I was like, but we were buying CDs because vinyl wasn't available. Coming in the 90s, especially 2000s, the vinyl was never kind of big over here at all.
Yeah. Well, Reader's Digest version of my collection was vinyl up until about 1987. stopped buying vinyl and started buying CDs. Vinyl started making a comeback, and I was buying both for years. I would be like, I'll get the vinyl and the CD, or I have this on CD, I want it on vinyl, or if I buy it on vinyl, I also want the CD. And it got too much. So then it was just, now it's all vinyl or whatever's more affordable, whichever comes first. Not always, but let's see, get caught up on comments here. Where is this?
I think you're on Trevor's next.
No, I'm on this one. Trevor, we watch you brush your teeth. No? Okay. Aside from VC videos, I watch a lot of police body cam videos. That'd be interesting. So sometimes that would be interesting, and sometimes might be very scary. Alex, is there an album coming out in the next few months that either of you are dying to hear?
Yeah, the Nebraska one that's coming out in October that we talked about at the beginning. And
all the extra bits and
yeah. All the stuff that I don't need, but I'll probably end up paying too much money for.
Gladly spend £100 on it.
On Alex's recommendation a few months ago, I've told you this, I've had some issues with this. So I've ordered Wilco's album from Rhino.
Yes.
For some reason, it got put on the back burner. I don't really know what gone there. So anyway,
some people have got it. I'm like, how'd that happen? So.
Yeah, that's on its way. And I've ordered Never Mind the Bollocks, Sex Pistols from Rhino on limited edition. That is coming. I'm excited about that one. Believe it or not, I haven't got any in my collection. So I thought, right, good opportunity for this one. I'm not into my jazz because Alex always makes me laugh. Right, for you who don't like jazz, skip this one. But
there was a time I would have said I don't like jazz, but I also know that my exposure to jazz was so little over time. But to answer Alex's question, for me, the new Biffy Clyro album is coming out in a couple of weeks. I am absolutely stoked for it.
Yeah,
because what I've heard about it is really good. They're finally pushing it in the United States because I ordered it from Warner's warehouse somewhere here, so hopefully I get it on or before release day. I have like 4 or 5 pre-orders coming in this month, and yeah, there's a lot coming up that I'm various levels of excited for, but I'm like, oh my god, I want it now. Not a whole lot of.
There's an album I bought and I haven't listened to it yet, but I subscribe to his channel. He's got a record shop in America. It'll come to me. Anyway, the album I purchased is called Robert, John and the Wreck. This is kind of a rock country album.
Interesting.
It's cool. I think the guys in the chat would enjoy. Give it a quick stream. It's called Robert, John and the Wreck. It's really cool. New album.
I would like that. Trevor's looking forward to Biohazard coming up. He's into like awesome metal stuff.
He's got a good channel.
Trevor's my metal guy. It keeps me in check. Yeah. It's like, they're still doing this album or Ministry, whatever they're doing. Yeah. Alex, Chris is going to make a trip to North America. He's going to get to Nebraska and wonder why in the world anyone would write an album about it. Yeah. Do you know anything about the state of Nebraska, Chris?
No. I know on the map, yeah, but
okay, so it's like almost pretty much right in the middle of the United States.
Yeah.
There is it is 90% nothing. Driving across the state of Nebraska, for me, takes almost 8 hours to go from Colorado border to Omaha. It is all interstate. There's like 3 fairly sizable towns. You pray you don't run out of gas because you're in the middle of
nowhere.
Bloody nowhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to Nebraska, you're gonna get out of the car and go, "What the f?"
Yeah, I should take my vinyl record and have a picture in Nebraska with Nebraska in my hand.
Exactly. Bring Nebraska and picture me in Nebraska. That'd be good. All right, I am light years behind on chat here. Rhino hi-fi pressings are so worth it. They are. They're pricey, but I think some of them look really good.
I think I bought
Rosenblatt
off.
Stadium. What's Rosenblatt Stadium? Little League World Series. That's about it. That's true. Good point. College World Series, one of those. Look at Richard pulling in all the heavy hitters with Alex, Trevor, and Sam. Hey, I got a following, man. No, this is what's funny. It's daytime in the United States, and all of my the people that are on this chat are mostly from the US. And it's like
So I discovered the
people.
A is for Alice, B is for Bob, and C is for whatever through Daryl. And he said, "Oh, go and check this guy's channel out." So I've literally on the last 2 weeks I've just subscribed to his channel, and he's got some pretty cool stuff on it. So
yeah, I love Steve's channel. Steve is one of those ones who, we got to talk about Steve while he's here. Hey, Steve, we're talking about channel influencers. And this guy, Steve, sent me that Slade and Flame album a few weeks ago. And I was just like, oh my God. He's like, keep a lookout for Box. Okay, Box shows up. I open it. I had no clue what was in this box. It could have been anything. It could have been Alice Cooper. It could have been, it was Slade and Flame. I've wanted this since forever. And I was very close to buying it because I saw it at Twist and Shout a couple of weeks before. So it was pretty interesting to get that. Love this. Thank you, Steve. Another influencer who's influencing well. All right, let me get caught up on this. You guys chat hard. Sam loves watching little boys play. Too much information. Okay, then. That's why I watch your channel, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. Sir, I am a big boy. Well, so am I, dude. Hey, we meet up in Buffalo. We're going to have who's the bigger boy? That sounded wrong.
I'll bring the tape measure.
Bigger heart. Oh. Bigger belt. This chat is getting really scary. Steve is retired. Of all these slackers should be working. Hey, good point.
It's the weekend for me, so I'm just saying.
And Sam was saying, I can't come on your channel, dude. I'm working.
It's 8:45 at night here, so I'm just
exactly. Well, I'm coming up to 2 o'clock here. Trevor says he is working. Yeah, you're doing heavy moving and chatting on live stream at the same time. Very cool. Oh yes, my pleasure, Richard. Thank you again. Thank you, Mr. Steve. And, I'm finally caught up. I wish it was a way to clear the chat so you know that new stuff shows up. It doesn't. You got to scroll all the time. It's annoying. Speaking of Slade, the other VCLT that came over this past year was the Slade trove that came from the UK, including Slave Alive. And if you have not heard Slade Alive, get my V's in the right spot. This is an awesome live album, and I would have been like, I don't know if this is really all that good. This quickly became my favorite in the pile that they sent over. Really, really, really good album. How they keep up that much energy? This is like from 74 or 73 or something. Energy for days. I'm like, oh my God, they must fell off the stage. It's like, oh my God, that was so exhausting. But they were probably like 19 at the time, so who knows?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's Slade.
They seem to have been big. I know there's probably Slade fans out there that are going to come at me now, but I just always found that they were a Christmas band. Because I got
that's what I've heard about Slade, is that they became the Merry Christmas. Yeah, that song.
It's Christmas.
Became stereotypical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And whereby here in the United States, Slade were barely known. And they toured and it got no traction whatsoever. Again, the only reason my sister and I even knew about Slade was because we were living in Germany in the 70s.
Yeah.
And she picked up that Slade in Flame way back then. So I had exposure to them, but then it was kind of like, are Slade even around anymore? And then, by the late 80s, I think they were done.
And the lead singer is called Noddy.
Naughty Hold Up. Naughty Hold Up. What always gets me is this guy's haircut.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
There we go. That one.
That can't
It's
be
like
real.
super short bangs and long ass sides. But I think I don't know if it's the case, but it seems in North America that people kind of thought they were just taking the piss on glam rock, and where we had New York Dolls and Queen were big at the same time. So I didn't get it. Trevor says the last hit that I knew was from Slade was Run Runaway, and that's true. That was a fairly sizable hit in the States, and that was like from their last album. I think it's on Rogue Gallery. Forget. What else is in here? Hang on, bear with me. I'm sure they'll come up with conversation. Alex, if you're still there, I pulled this one to show because of you.
He's commenting as we speak.
Yeah, I know. Let me see this. Alex loves that song. Awesome Possum. And keep your hands off my power supply. We will. Alex, thank you for getting me into everything coal mine and Karma Chief related. Alex had a contest and I was the winner. This showed up in the mail. This rapidly turned into a fast favorite. This is M. Ross Perkins. What's the Matter, M. Ross? I know Sam loves this album too. Another great Sunday morning spin, nice and low key, low vibe, low everything. Production for days. It is a great sounding album, and if I remember right, it's on a very spiffy.
That's cool, mate.
Splattery, finally thing. Yeah, great sounding album. I believe, if I recall correctly, because I get my artists mixed up sometimes, solo artists, and he kind of plays everything on here. It's crazy. Really high production value, say that. And my shampoo, sweet. Nesmith and Beach Boys, like, yeah, I got that. I got kind of birdsy feel to it. There's some other way I described it too, and I can't remember offhand. I know what it was. I got kind of White Album Beatles from this in a way, because the songs are kind of deep-ish. But yeah, see, look at all these influencers, crazy people. So let me change something here real quick. So that's mostly like, happy anniversary to the channel. One of the things I really wanted to talk more about is, if I can get it on here. No, I don't want to add banner. I want to, hide, show this, hide that. Oh, there it is. It's on there. When you hit this teeny screen right in the middle, you can't see what's going on.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? It is a nightmare, isn't it? It's a nightmare. They got to improve this because this is ridiculous.
Freaking nuts. Dear StreamYard, what were you thinking when you designed this platform? I mean, unless you have somebody else running the show, it's like, hey, will you change the scroll? It's nuts. Okay, back to comments. And what is Alex up to? It's cool that it's actually sort of kickstart funded by the Ohio Art Council. Wow, that's interesting. Talking about M. Ross. I did not know that. It does remind me that Besnard Lakes, who Brian Embryonic Robot got me into, and I have it in here somewhere. I swear my anniversary video is going to be like 3 hours long. If I show all these. Besnard Lakes is a Canadian band that they're funded in some way, shape, or form by the Canadian government to do some of their recordings. But
what's the
oh my
name of
gosh,
that? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
It's Besnard, Besnard Lakes. the Besnard Lakes. He said, start out with the album called The Dark Horse, and that's this one. I had bought it on CD and instantly went, I have to get this on vinyl because it is that good.
What's that album called?
This is The Dark Horse. It's called The Besnard Lakes Are the Dark Horse. And it is very, 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 very good. Very lush, very soundscapey, ethereal, not new age in a icky way.
I'll check it out later.
Yeah. Yeah, good one. Tin Soldiers and Nixon coming. Interesting. Okay. And I saw something else in here that made me think. I tried to get a hold of Emma and to get back to me, but I'm sure she's teaching because she's a teacher. She got me back into power pop in a huge way in groups like the DBs. Oh my God. I've forgotten how much fun power pop can be. We always laugh because when I watch videos, I have the captions on just so I can catch all the words. Rotten ears. But anyway, I watch captions. I use captions with everything anyway. Sometimes it takes power pop and always put power poop. And I find that hilariously funny. I don't know why. Bad Ohio joke. It's okay, Sam. We'll allow it. All right. I need a beverage.
I was going to say, take a drink, mate.
We're talking about the storm here. Wow, we're almost hitting the 1 hour mark. Crazy. I didn't know how long this was going to last.
So, talking about the vinyl community.
Celebrating the vinyl community. So, like I said, the focus of my anniversary celebration is going to focus on how the VC kind of influences us.
Yeah.
And each other. It's such a community, and it's a rather tight community. I think Trevor has to leave. What is this, gentleman? I have to start driving. Congratulations on your first year, Richard. Thank you very much, Trevor. Everyone have a great weekend. We shall. You too, sir. But the vinyl community is just such a tight tighter network of sharing, and without getting all lovey-dovey. I think it's interesting how, because of the VC, it changes the way we've bought music. Where back when I was growing up, it was you heard it on the radio and you went out and bought it.
Yeah.
Or then you heard it from a friend, or you went to a party and you went out and bought it. Or and then MTV came along. This is like the newer. I know the VC's been around for years, but from an influence standpoint, it needs to be celebrated because this is the way we find out about music.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, in my opinion. So what I'm hoping to do is put up a challenge for people to do what I'm doing tonight, where it's like, Emma, thank you for getting me back into power pop so I could find albums like the DBs. Brian, thank you for getting me into Besnard Lakes, and actually a group I've wanted to get into for years, had no clue where to start. And that's usually a question for me, especially with groups that have tons and tons of albums. Where do you begin? If you're brand new to Alice Cooper, where do you start? Or whoever.
Has he got a greatest hits?
He does. Oh, I was going to show that too. That has to do with Steve. It's like Alice Cooper's greatest. I did the opposite for you. You know how you buy greatest hits and then you get into other. Okay, for me, I have several Alice Cooper albums. Yep. Only bought the greatest hits like 2 weeks ago. So funny.
Oh,
okay. Steve said, very true. The VC has completely altered the way I buy music. Same here. I wouldn't have bought the live Gary Newman had it not been knowing me. And that's a perfect example. And I think the longer I'm in this whole community, that give and take is huge. I mean, as much as I hope more people are getting into Gary Newman, hey, I got this, Steve is in Chicago, not the biggest. I mean, he's a metalhead and he likes prog rock. I got him into Gary Newman. Woo!
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
So,
Alex, Flesh of Fashion was one of the first Alice Cooper albums I ever owned, along with
Brian recommended an album on my live stream when he jumped on with us a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's The Hold Steady.
Yes. I don't like a lot of what they've done, but that album, that is the album that I have too, and I saw them on that tour, and it was really good. It was really good.
It's a weird one because I know Brian said you've got to give it a few listens, and he was correct on that one. But he's not singing; he's just talking, like kind of quickly or slowly down.
Kind of thing.
But it works.
What's interesting about them is a lot of their albums are very different. Where that album is like this, later albums are kind of like how the Stereophonics have changed so much over the years too.
What he said to start with that one, so I ordered it on eBay, and I'll show it on the videos coming up next week. But yeah, it's good. Something I would normally listen to, like not at all. Totally out of my range.
I'll be honest with you, but that came out like what 2000 something early.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how I found out about that. It might have been something on the internet, a sound sample on a Pitchfork article. I don't know, but Alex just bought the Best Nard Lakes album. Cool. Spot check for 15 seconds was in $18 on Amazon. That's a good price. I can't remember where I bought mine. I think it might have been a Twist and Shout, but that's where I bought the CD too. Alex, are you staying to start with Flesh to Fashion? Flesh to Fashion's an Alice Cooper album. I don't recommend you start there, but just saying. What's not in Through the Outdoor, but I know what I'm thinking of. It's the concept album of Alice Cooper where he goes to the mental asylum. That was my first Alice Cooper album. Good one. Beer and Vinyl. What are you up to now? C is for, that was the joke. Wow.
Oh, he's in that Friday mode and he can't wait to get home and have a beer. I know, Alex. He just can't wait. He's having
maybe I have a head start on him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Alex, I was going to pull out a 12% barrel aged stout to do this, and I thought that's probably a very bad idea, so I didn't do it. This is Irish Stout. It's very tame. From the Inside is the album I was talking about. I love that album. It's so good. I love From the Inside. So do I. It's like Alice goes punk rock. I would go.
I always wind Alex up whenever he's doing a live stream, and I say, when you're gonna discover like real beer, like British beer or German beer, and he's always like, he just looks at me like
Alex is like me. He likes pretty much any beer, and for different reasons. I'm a dark beer guy. I really love dark beer, dark ales, all those good things. This is my season coming up with Oktoberfests and all those Marzens. I just love them. All right. Man, we're in like chat city here. I like Alice when he ended up with Sam the Butcher. This is not a Brady Bunch stream. Shame on you, Americana Sam. Shame on you. Too funny.
So we're talking about, because we're into an hour now. I thought there's one topic we haven't covered yet.
What?
And that is record store day influences.
Wow.
Okay, I'll ask the question then. And I'll ask the question to the panel. Okay. If you didn't see it on YouTube advertised about record store day, would you have gone and got that album, or would you have given it just a miss completely if it was just a normal release without record store day?
I think it depends on the album. When, for example, this last record store day, I went through the list, and at first there was like 3 things I wanted. And I could almost run into the room next door and just pull that stack because I still had it sitting over there. So Dada was the one I really wanted to get. The Public Image Limited one was really one I really wanted to get. Could I say that the VC or some videos said, "Oh, this is going to be so good, it's so great"? I don't know, because usually I have a very targeted group of things I go after for record store day. But how is it for you?
I end up spending too much, I think.
Every day.
Because what happens is you go to the record store, because I've done it in Tembe with Richard, who's got the record store here. I do the videos on YouTube for him. And you kind of go there thinking, oh, I'll just have a look. But you end up buying stuff on record store day and then other albums. So you end up spending more than you kind of wanted to in the first place. And this is where, like, I've never been to Black Sabbath, but I kind of streamed this and I knew this was coming out. So I picked this one up. This is the one without Ozzy.
I sold out really quick around here.
Yeah, this is the one without Ozzy. And I really enjoy it, to be honest. But
look who's here. Hey, Daryl, how are ya?
Hey, mate.
God, I got like the whole North American coalition's here. It's great. We should do more Friday afternoon live streams. Anyway, record store day.
Do more on a Friday, mate. Better traction, yeah.
My take on record store day, I've gotten better because I used to do that impulse thing where we'll go in, these are the 4 things I want. Oh, that looks interesting. So does that. So does that. Next thing I know, I've spent $350.
Yeah.
But here's a great question. What are we expecting for Black Friday record store day?
Blur's greatest hits.
That would be nice.
I think it's going to be hard to top it this year because last year's was so good. You had the Oasis box set released.
It really
you had the Black Sabbath. There was a few others. You had Jet, the B-sides that got released that I picked up as well.
Yeah, I don't think that Jet got released on this side, which is kind of annoying. But what does Alex here? Looking forward to Black Friday. Rhino's Rocktober list has been solid. I agree. I think there's a round 2 on the way too. Dropped $100 on Dream Theater Records 2 years ago, so they all get reissued.
Have they? Is the list out, Rich, for the Rocktober yet?
No, not yet. I don't think it is. Oh, the Rocktober list?
Yeah.
I think part of it is. I think it's on Rhino's website, but I don't think it's been updated because there's going to be more. Or not. Who knows? All good here. Congratulations on the first year. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate that. Americana Sam just drop $100 on me in November. Yeah, that'd be nice. Hey, go win the lottery, man. Virginia has a library. I know they do. Rocktober. All of Rocktober is out. I thought there was more coming.
Is it on Rhino's website then? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were some titles that was like, ooh, that might be interesting. Last year, I think it was better. Personally, for me, it was like, ooh, that looks really good. Yeah, I think I was watching the In Groove. What's his name?
Yeah. Mike.
Mike is, Mike was showing like, here's all the October titles, and there's just a couple in there that was pretty good. Oh, Pladrum has them listed too. Okay, I'll go to Pladrum. Pladrum Records in Ohio, aren't they? Do you live anywhere near Pladrum Records, Alex? Just wondering.
Do you know the way you're pronouncing that word? What Alex just said. Okay, so because that's a Welsh word.
I know.
Clyde.
How is it supposed to be?
We say Clyde. Yeah.
Clyde. Pladrum. Got it. All right. Alex said no. Sam. So does Argyle Room and the Gingham Room. Got it. Just don't go to Romper Room. Oy. Kidding. Yeah, I have no idea what Black Friday is going to bring. It's you almost never know. And talk about the best kept secret in the records in the vinyl industry. That list does not ever get leaked that I know of. That people are like, oh, there's going to be these 5 titles are going to be on the record store day list. No one ever seems to know until it boom drops. Even retailers don't know until it drops.
Well, I speak to Richard from got the record shop itself, and I'm like, what's coming? And he's like, well, I don't really know because until I order the stuff, I don't know what's actually coming into the shop.
Well, no, and I know how the ordering thing is. They send out stuff and say, hey, allocate what you think you can sell or that you'd like to get.
Yeah.
Whistle Shout is one of the biggest record stores in Denver. seems to get a lot of everything. Then there's the mom and pops that sometimes get things I don't even think they expect to get. And I know there's some things that are allocated to pretty much everybody. You're going to get that Starship knee deep in the hoopla, whether you want it or not. Reboot this city. I still see those 12-inch picture discs.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. No, we can't mute Alex. We cannot mute Sam. That would be rude. What's this? What's that in Celsius, Alex? Oh, geez, you guys are crazy. Alex says he's 80 miles from Pladrum. I don't know how many kilometers that is, Chris. Sorry.
It's a shitload.
It's now, well, I know that 60 miles is 100, so it's about 140 maybe.
I don't use kilometers, I use miles in Britain.
Do they use miles in Wales? Okay, that's right. I forgot. Knee deep in the hoopla. Usually got to pay extra for that. Dude. Alex, what are you drinking? Jeez.
So I'm just looking at this Rocktober releases. The one that stands out for me is Yes Singles 2.
Okay.
I've had a quick look. I'll have a look later, but selection-wise, I'm a bit disappointed with this, if I'm being honest. You've got your Storm Temple pilots that always sell well. In excess.
That's that self-titled Stone Temple Pilots after Scott Weiland, I think.
Number 4 says it's this one. Let me show you.
Oh, 4. Yeah, I have that already.
They're
doing 4 again. They're re-releasing 4 for like the 3rd time in 2 years. What the hell?
And then you got the Stevie Nicks. I don't know if you can make that out, but that's coming out on green vinyl.
Speaking of which, that's the other one I'm looking forward to. Buckingham Nicks releasing in a few weeks. I'm not getting the Rhino version, just the regular one because I've ordered
the limited edition Rhino.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
I like it. I don't love it, so I'm just like, oh, great! I finally have it on vinyl because I can never find it.
The Rhino is totally Alex's fault. Right, it's totally his fault.
I'm sure he accepts full blame.
I didn't know who Rhino were, if I'm being honest. And that's going to sound a bit thick.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. So they're not that big over in Britain. So I didn't know they were. And then Alex mentioned a couple of the bands. And I was like, who's this Rhino? And then I sent a message on Instagram. I said, what's this Rhino like? And he's like, they're brilliant.
Rhino's been around for years and years. Actually, some of Bob Mould's later, when he formed Sugar, Rhino released Copper Blue, and everyone was like, "This sounds so good." And Rhino started getting a reputation really early in the game for having really good, well-produced releases. So the hi-fis are like, "Woohoo!" So, Chris, what do the Rhino hi-fis cost for you delivered to your door?
It's a lot cheaper than you think. So the record itself would usually cost about £30, which is about $32. And then the delivery would cost about $10. So in total, it's only cost me £40 for that album delivered to my door, which works out brilliant. And if you order 2 albums, if it comes to over $100, you get free shipping anyway.
Even better.
So,
see, now the opposite side of that, when I want to get some other record store day things that release only in England, I might order them from Banquet Records out of London.
Yeah.
And let's say the album is £29.
Yeah.
Shipping will be about £29 too. So some of those records are costing me like $60 to $65.
That Stereophonics album I sent you, I think it cost me nearly £15 just to send.
Yeah, I won't tell you how much that Slade box cost those guys to send from England. That was a lot. I felt bad. Buckingham Nicks in 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it's the 19th. Somewhere on there.
Yeah, I think it is.
Rhino curate monkeys really well. I agree. Alex,
cheers, Rich.
Oh, cheers. I'll do beer.
I'm going to be very, very British now. This is a pint of gin and tonic.
Jeez, that's a lot of G&T, dude.
No, I mean there's
Alex
tonic in
is
there as
impressed
well.
with that.
There's tonic in
It's
it.
interesting. I'm sending out some VCLT to the UK in about a week here, as soon as I can find a box for it. I had no idea how much it's going to cost, but now I'm encouraged. It won't cost me an arm and a leg to send it. What is this? Jason spent about $100 just to consider buying it. Ooh-wee. Oh, Jason spends about $100 to consider. Oh, because it's Canadian. The Canadian dollar against the American dollar right now is unbelievably ridiculous. It's so expensive up there. I don't know how they do it. Got some Barlin Bailey over there. It's crazy. Yeah, the chat is like as entertaining as we are. Like, or so we try. But yeah, when I send that VCLT out to the other side of the world, maybe it won't cost me a small fortune that I'm thinking it might.
It's all to do. I think it's all to do with the tariffs that are in place.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if you've heard, a lot of countries where the tariffs are being imposed are blocked, are just holding shipping. UK, there are several record stores in the UK that will not ship to America right now because of those. Someone in Japan was wanting to send me something. It's like, I'm just going to wait until this tariff stuff calms down. And I'm like, that's fine. Otherwise it had to get sent by ship and it takes like 2.5 months.
Yeah. So it works out cheaper for you to buy it directly from Rhino. It's actually cheaper than getting it from Amazon when they eventually come out on Amazon. It's nuts. I don't know. Crazy. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's yeah.
Daryl says, I haven't bought from the US at all lately. Too expensive for sure. And, hey, that is solid Canadian patriotism. You do you. Love it. And it's smart. Richard, here's a VC question for us. Is Steve Carlson as nice and authentic in real life as he is on YouTube? The correct answer to that is absolutely so. He is salt of the earth. Super laid back. That meet and greet with Concert Buddy and the other guys, you really get a feel for he's very down home family man type. Just wow. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to be like Steve. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. Yeah, he is very much, and that's true. I've heard everybody that said, they do these meetups and the people that they meet are so much like they are on the VC. What you see is what you get. And I've heard that over and over.
I love Steve's Sunday videos because literally as I wake up on a Sunday morning, I put YouTube on and he releases it at a time in the UK. It's like 10 a.m. So I'm literally sat there with my coffee watching him while he's drinking his coffee, showing what he's picked.
Oh, yeah. He's the premiere thing. I love that. Yeah, he posts those at like 4:00 in the morning because I was up really early one Sunday and it's like, boop, Steve's video has gone live. I'm like, it's 4 a.m., dude. I think he records it the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about a person that I've learned a lot from in as far as like the VC, and a person who you could tell pays attention to what you're into. The first time I met him, he said, I have some VCLT for you. It's like I had barely just subscribed to his channel. Like weeks before, and I'm like, really? So like, apparently, he's been watching my channel and knew that I like shoegaze and stuff, and gave me this album by a group called Daystar, Good Time, and I was like, I had no idea who this was, but it was one of his, what is that? One of the groups. Fuzz Club. It was a Fuzz Club limited edition thing that got one of those automatic club deliveries. And, it wasn't his bag. And he was like, I know you will love this album. And he was absolutely right. So that's the other, another celebration of the VCs that, we actually listen to each other and pay attention. It's not just background. It's not like when you turn on the TV and it's background noise while you wash the dishes. We're listening to what we're saying, so that's pretty cool too. All right, beer break.
Usually when you watch these, what I found is I just subscribe to a lot of channels, mostly VC. If I'm honest, there's one I subscribe to that me and Liz watch for land. This guy who lives in Lanzarote, he's got his own firm because we go back and forth to Lanzarote quite often. Is it anybody from America that's in the Canary Islands in Spain? So yeah. So apart from that, it's all vinyl, and it's got the stage now, Rich, where Liz is sat there bored out of her head because I'm watching somebody, and she'll go, "Oh, Richard's got a new video. Oh, is that Richard? Oh, is that Beer and Vinyl? Is that Sam? Is that? Oh, Rob's on now," and she knows all these people's names.
Yet we've never met Liz. Why is that? He does not want to make an appearance.
Yeah.
Look who's here, Simon. Good to see you, my friend. Hello. We're celebrating first anniversary celebrations and talking about the influence of the mighty VC on the way we buy music. Chris, what is the best band of all time from Wales? There is a correct answer here.
I think this might be a joke from Alex. So it's the Stereophonics. You got the Manics.
Okay, Stereophonics. Daryl has to jet, make dinner. Have a great day. You too, my friend. Have a great weekend. Steve says it's Badfinger.
Okay. Has he got a bad finger, or is the band the bad finger?
No, right.
Right.
I'm guessing
So there's a few you got. I think you'd like Super Furry Animals, Rich.
Super Furry Animals would be a good answer.
Yeah, you got Manic Street Preachers, you got Catatonia, you got a band that I'm not going to mention because
don't forget Feeder.
Oh yeah, Feeder as well.
That would be my pick, but
yeah,
Stereophonics had way outsold Feeder, but still. Stereomaniacs. Simon.
So I hope that answers your question, Alex. So
there's a lot.
Because you live in
What's
Denver,
really interesting is how I like a lot of British music in general. It's interesting how there's pockets of music from Wales that I'm really into, and pockets of Scottish bands that I like that nobody knows who the frick they are. Out of Scotland, Twilight Sad, Frightened Rabbit, Biffy Clyro, 2 or 3 others that are defunct that I was into in the early 2000s that I could think of offhand. Then you ask anybody else, name a Scottish band, and you might get Big Country out of them, maybe. And that's
talking
about
about Scottish bands. Bear with me. I found something today in my parents' house which you might find amusing. Hang on.
Ooh, okay. I'll hold down the fort. But yeah, so Steve, thank you for this. Not Steve, A is for Alice, Steve Carlson. But yeah, UK bands and UK channels that have just started to, I love the vinyl community where we're hunting. Ooh, Cocteau Twins. That's a good one. Good point. Yes. Scottish for sure. There are some great bands from Wales. There are great bands from Wales. Are there a lot of them? No. Scottish bands, lots of them. But it's really interesting the number of channels in the UK that I've just wow, I've never heard of that band, and hunting them down. It's fun, but it's also crazily challenging. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What do you got? I thought you said you had something. Travis. I saw Travis on a Whatnot auction earlier, and I was like, "Oh, I wasn't registered, and I could have bought it."
This is kind of like I don't. It might be the tour program, because you even got this. Even got a postcard, Rich.
It looks like an album insert.
Yeah, literally just. I thought this was pretty cool, and it's got all the songs that they're doing on the tour. Band members itself, behind the scenes, how they made "Why Does It Always Rain on Me."
Interesting.
Yeah, another postcard. It's I forgot I had this. We've been the attic has been taking a battering. So Mum was like, right, I need you down here. You need to sort it out. I was like, okay. So I go through stuff, and I found a CD collection. And you never guess what one of the greatest hit CDs I had was?
Stereophonic.
Slade.
Oh, Slade. Was it really? That's funny. That was one of the ones I got. Was Sladist. I like that one too. I have a question for you. Which channel in the VC has most influenced what you're currently into in music? And I have an answer for me, but I want to hear from you.
It'd be 2. So if you're looking for recommendations on releases every week, it'd probably be Nick from the Vinyl Den, because he always shows you what's been released. There's 200 releases this week. I'm going to show you 10 or whatever it is. And then probably the other one is Rob from Northern Revolutions. He's got me into Canadian music recently. That Adam Baldwin. I've got into about 2 of them albums. Sorry, I got to go through eBay.
Rob would be high on my list too. There's another Rob for me that has influenced so many things. It was like, I want to look for that album and that album and that album.
So he got me into Adam. He got me into Adam Baldwin, Delaney and Bonnie and Friends.
Oh wow!
Yes. And then
I heard about Delaney and Bonnie from Glenn from the basement. I was like, who's Delaney and Bonnie? And he started talking about it. I was like, whoa, interesting. But the most influential for me is Rob Walker.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, he's always showing me. It's like, I went to the car boot sale and I found this and this, and I'm almost drooling because I'm like, I want that. I want that. Oh my god, I didn't even know that existed. And for newer albums from him, that Ducks Limited.
You showed that the other day,
album. I showed this the other day on my August pickups, and this is a group out of Toronto, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're not from Manchester, but still, but it sounds like it could be. I put this on, and I was like, this sounds like a band from Manchester. Totally, it sounds like Smiths meets whoever else without the accents, but it's true. It sounds like it fell off of a. No, it came out of a warehouse from 1985 and just showed up on my doorstep. It's so good, and I bought 2 of their albums. But yeah, Rob Walker is a big influencer on me, and Simon agrees. Rob's great.
Vinyl Dens for me, and Rob from Northern Revolutions usually.
Daryl's like, thanks for inviting me, jerks. Hey, I planned this like about 45 minutes before I went on, so it was kind of like, I'll do a live stream. Why not? So that's kind of how it happened. Although I've been talking about it for 2 days. Who else out of the UK? Okay, here's one. This is interesting. This guy has been doing, and I'll talk about this in my video that I'm going to do. If I do it, I might just call this my anniversary video. A channel out of Scotland. I think he lives in Edinburgh. His name is Ross Goodall. He does really, really in-depth videos and will pretty much dissect every song off of an album. And he's got me into a lot of bands too. He got me into a band called the Lathams, and I'm not sure if they're out of Scotland, but they're quite big, I guess, in at least northern UK. I love this album, and this came out several years ago. And I was like, I'll try this out. Found this is the double album of their debut, where one album is the regular album and the second album is an acoustic version of the same album. But fantastic stuff. And he also got me into older bands that I would have never heard of. Simon knows this one, a group called The Bible. This album's Eureka. I played this morning. This is brilliant. And I'm like, this was never, I don't think it was ever issued in the US. And if it was, I never remembered it. Wasn't on the radio. I found this used, perfect condition for $5. I'm like, yes, please. I'll buy that. But, thank you, Daryl. I knew you were kidding. Yep, Simon Knows the Bible. So yeah, that's like the one album. I found another album by the Bible at Twisted Shout that I might pick up too. But it's stuff like that. I love learning about music I don't already have. Do I need more freaking records?
Yeah.
If Sam is still there, he also, got me into Fountains of Wayne in a huge way. I should say back into Fountains of Wayne. I loved Fountains of Wayne's debut album for that Radiation Vibe song. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best Fountains of Wayne song ever. They could never top it. Then Sam goes, go get Sky Full of Holes.
I only know Stacey's mom, if I'm being honest.
This is so good. It is.
Is it?
Yeah. And I got it super cheap on Amazon. So I've had this for a while. I think he showed me this March, February-ish. I'm like, check it out.
The lead singer is no longer with us, is he? I think he's passed away.
Yes, correct. Okay. So yeah, Fountains of Wayne are no more.
I know Elton John was a big, massive fan of Fountains of Wayne because I was listening to his show a few months ago when he was kind of distraught that he passed away and stuff, and he's like,
I hadn't heard what had happened.
Like I said, all I know is Stacey's mom. Out there. I know Stacey's mom. That's about it.
Yeah, see, that was it for me too. I knew Radiation Vibe, Stacey's mom. So that's the first two albums. Then there's like 3 or 4 more, and this is one of their last ones. It is so good, and I didn't even know it existed. Sam's like, have you heard this album? No. Streamed it, bought it, loved it. So Simon said there are 2 more Bibles. Yeah, I think I'm still looking for the debut album. I know there's a comp too that's kind of like best of or double album or something.
Is there?
Oh, he died during COVID. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I might. If they got a greatest hits, I might have a look at it.
Yeah, really. You'll find it. We'll put you on the job. Go find the greatest hits of the Bible, please.
Yeah.
Another huge. Oh, I got to talk about this guy. Andy's albums. Andy Ford. Do you follow him?
The Scottish guy.
I think no. He's lived in Birmingham.
Oh yes, Andy. Yes, because he did the greatest hits the other week. He done the thread for it.
Yes.
Because that's how he done the greatest hits, because he saw my greatest hits that had come up on his timeline. He said, "Oh, I've subscribed to your channel," and I was like, "Who's Andy?"
Yes.
And then I kind of
you're like, "Who the hell is Andy?"
Yeah,
he does great videos, and he's like Steve Carlson, where he belongs to a lot of those record club types things, and he's really into experimental kind of out there stuff. But he and I have a lot of bands that we like in common, and one of them is Amplifier, which is kind of a kraut prog group out of northern. They're from Manchester, I think. No, they're not Newcastle, Manchester. Anyway, I've followed Amplifier for years and years and years. This album came out last year, but it was one of those albums I could only order it from England, and shipping was astronomical. He emailed me like after he showed this album, and he just picked it up and was like, "Well, this is so good." It's like, oh man, I'd love to get that album, but it's stupid expensive. He had 2 and he sent me one. Thank you so much. So Gargantuans, they're down to being a duo now. There's only 2 of them in the band. How they made this album as a duo, and it sounds like
a big band.
Big. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really good. But he also likes weird stuff like I do, and bands like Black Midi. When Jordy Griep left Black Midi and did his solo album, look at that cover art. It's freaking scary ass, but it's definitely out there, and tons of lyrics. Yeah, very graphic cover. But that's, and so people like Andy Ford feed the weird music side of me, and then there's Rob Walker who feeds the North England vibe, and all of the I'm grateful for the VC. So there. Sis, there is the best of the Bible. Cool. Glad there is. What's this one? Fountains of Wayne or Hidden Gem in the VC. I would agree with that. They're kind of like one of those bands we forget to talk about, but we know they're good.
Yeah.
If that's fair. But yeah, okay, beer break.
So I just, because you're doing your first year, we've gone through quite a bit. Like, the only thing I wish with the vinyl community sometimes is that the videos, you discover new channels more often, the algorithm be a bit better. Because I always find it's kind of all over the shop, and it kind of shows you the same kind of videos all the time from the same kind of channels, where I just wish you a bit more.
Sometimes I would say that's true. I think if, like, because I like all kinds of different music, the algorithm seems to feed me a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
For the better and for the not. For the longest time, like after I subscribed to Rob, I got a lot of Canadian channels, some of which were really, really good. And then others was kind of like, yeah, I don't know about that one. And they fall off and come back and all of that. I don't know. But yeah, I think the only way to expand that repertoire is by looking and, looking and see. I do look and see what other people channels I like. I look to see what they're subscribed to. And then I go, it's like, oh, wow, that looks like an interesting channel, or go check something out on it. It seemed to be easier to do that on my phone than it does to be on the computer to do that. I don't know why.
People you've connected with as well, Rich. Would you ever think you would be doing a live stream with a guy from Tappy in Wales, or somebody from Canada, or Morton in Norway? It's kind of
yeah, that whole international vibe. I just love it. The first person to log in when I did my first live stream was Richard in Ireland.
Oh yeah,
Richard McCook, and I was just like, oh wow! And it was like 2:00 in the morning his time, because I was doing it like 8:00 at night, with no intention of talking to anybody. And when you do StreamYard for the first time, you have no freaking clue what you're doing.
No.
So I'm like, what? How do I get this person up? But yeah, I was
because I was hassling Rob from Northern Revolutions for weeks about it. So it's and in the end he was like, just go live.
just go live. That's what I did too. That's very much what I did. It was like, I'll just do a live stream and see what happens. If it lasts 5 minutes, it lasts 5 minutes. It lasted like an hour and a half.
I think the first one I ever done, I had I think Rob Walker come up on it, and we were just kind of talking back and forth. I was like, well, that's a good place to start.
Sure.
You Rob on, and then over time, then you get more guests. Like I've had Morton on there, I've had David Atkinson on there, I've had Daryl from Northern Revolutions. For places in the world you thought you'd never connect with, and now yourself and Rob become really good friends of mine. Mm-hmm. Good friends with Morton, David Atkinson. It's mad when you think about it. On a laptop.
It'll be fun. I know I'm not going to say Ben Rankin is a recluse, but I know he very much marches to his own drummer. He would be a fun one to have on one of these live streams, either yours or Rob's or whoever. Can you imagine Ben Rankin versus Rob, Northern Revolutions, talking about? I mean, Ben Rankin is the king of punk as fuck, and Rob Northern Revolutions is Blue Rodeo. Yeah. That would be an interesting conversation. I would love to have a conversation with Ben Rankins, but I don't want to do that interview thing. That would be way too intimidating.
Because he pre-records his. Because didn't he have who did he have on a couple of weeks ago? Was it Alex? Did you have Alex on there?
Alex was on there. Sam was on there. Everybody's been on there because he was doing that interview series.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. This is quite difficult.
That's the other channel. The other channel is Jack of Vinyl Voyage. Oh my God, that whole series with the competition and quizzes. Oh, it's so addictive to watch that. You'd have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Look up Vinyl Voyage, one word. It's
So
Jack. He's a guy out of Scotland. He's doing a series where he has like Rob Walker versus David Atkinson, and they're doing a quiz, like a pub quiz on.
Oh yeah. I don't. He came on. He was in the comments on last week's live
Yes,
live stream.
yes, he was. I remember that. But yeah, channel is he's another one I learned so many, like, whoa, I would have never thought to look up this band or that band or some, especially psychedelic music. I like some psychedelic music, but it can't be like totally out there, like borderline free jazz, and some of it is. But Jack is a great source for, I need something a little different. Let's see what Jack's listening to. You pull up one of his videos. It's hilarious.
I think Jack's ex-military as well.
Yeah. Actually, he talked about that in one of his recent videos. He was like, I think he was in the RAF. Could be
strong Scottish accent.
Very strong. Very strong.
Yeah.
Actually, his what now? I'm going to say it's not the strongest southern Scottish accent I've ever heard, but damn close.
Yeah.
He's one I definitely have to have the captions on, because it's like, what did he say? Oh, okay, got it. But you don't have a Welsh accent.
It's there. It's
probably there's certain words you say.
Yeah.
That's Welsh. But generally in conversation, you don't. I don't think you have a very strong Welsh accent.
There's a lot of people who got stronger Welsh accents than I've got.
Okay.
But I think it's living in Tenby as well, Rich, because they call Tenby mini England, because all English come over when they retire. They come over to Tenby to live.
Go to Tenby.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tenby, love. All right.
I think Tenby, the Welsh coast itself, has had loads of awards for one of the best beaches in Britain and Europe, and it's and like every year in September time we have a thing called Ironman. So it's, I don't know if you've heard of this. So Ironman is a
Ironman competitions here all the time.
Swim, cycle, and run.
Yeah,
and it's incredible.
You forget I live in Colorado. It's like a sports capital of the United States.
Yeah, when that's on, I just stay in, because you can't. All the roads are closed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Town, and there is thousands of people coming in. It's crazy.
That is crazy. All the pictures and all of the live stream, not live stream, but live video of the beach. I'm like, Tenby looks like it's so nice. I would love to go there.
I was sending you some one night, and I was like, you'd like it. You'd like it, yeah.
But you haven't lived there. Have you lived there all your life? No.
No, because I've been here about 12 years.
Okay. It's like I'm not from here. I've lived here 20-some years. But
so I used to live near Cardiff area. And I went on a cruise ship to work for 6 years. And then I decided that the city wasn't for me anymore. So I decided to move to the seaside.
Smart man.
Yeah.
I wish I could afford to move to the seaside in the United States. Most expensive parts of the country. San Diego was high on my retirement list. And I was just like, 10 years ago, I probably could have afforded it. Now, no way in hell. Yeah. San Diego is so expensive.
I've worked in San Diego. And we used to go to Ensenada every 3 to 4 days. So, yeah.
That's what you do. Take a little trip. You can practically drive, but you also take the ship down there.
Yeah, we were just like, we weren't moving for like a day, just like hovering on the sea.
As you do. All right. Well, we're getting to the hour and a half, a little over the hour and a half mark. I need to wrap this up because I have things I need to do this afternoon, but it was wonderful having you on, sir. Thank you for helping me celebrate anniversary weekend.
You've done well, mate. I'll give it to you. Your channel's taken off like it should have, and you do some really good videos and good content, and it's very educational.
It's educational? Good.
Yeah.
Being the teacher in me is happy
Yeah.
to hear that.
Yeah. So,
I actually, that's the feedback that I do get from my channel is like, like I'm saying, where I would not have found out about that record had you not talked about it. I get that too. It's validating when you actually hear it, see it, and read it. And I'm always looking through my comments, like, oh, I picked up that album the other day and it was so great. And I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
hearing by Gary Newman, Steve by Gary Newman, holy shit, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Ah, hello, you're at the pub. Oh dear, Ian. That could get messy. All right, let's wrap this up for the night. I guess I will see you Sunday.
Yes, mate. Live stream as always on a Sunday.
Yep.
Got some good guests coming up and a good subject, so it'll be really, really cool. So yeah, looking forward to it every Sunday.
It'll be a good time. So until then, have a great weekend and all that. And I'll see you Sunday. We'll party some more.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate that so much. So my plan is to come up with possibly do a anniversary video rolling out what I would like people to do for kind of a challenge related to everything we've talked about here. So until then, we'll see you somewhere in the VC, right? Bye all.
Bye. Thanks.